Have you ever met a man who walks into your life with this almost dangerous level of charm? The kind of man who doesn't stumble over his words, doesn't get nervous, doesn't hesitate. He just steps into your space like he already knows exactly where he belongs. And the moment he speaks, you feel that little spark in your stomach, not because he's trying too hard, but because he isn't trying at all. Everything about him feels smooth, effortless, familiar, as if he's been trained by life or by a lot of women before you. You know that moment when he looks at you, and it's not a shy look. It's not an accidental look. It's a look of quiet confidence, like he's studying you, reading you, understanding you in real time. And suddenly you're thinking, wait, how does he know exactly what I'm thinking? How does he know when to step closer, when to slow down, when to tease, when to get serious? Most men guess. This man, he moves like someone who's practiced the choreography of attraction more times than you can count. And here's where it gets interesting, because women often mistake experience for compatibility. A man who's been with a lot of women isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can mean he's grown emotionally, he's learned empathy, he knows how to communicate, how to touch your mind before he ever touches your body. But experience can also become this polished mask, one that makes it hard to tell whether he's genuinely connecting with you or just running through a script he's used on woman after woman. Maybe you felt this, he compliments you in a way that feels deep, intentional, like he's seeing parts of you most people miss, but something inside you whispers, has said this before. Or the way he stands close, not invading your space, but just close enough to feel his presence. It's intoxicating, addictive, but also calculated in a way that someone only learns after a long history of romantic trial and error. So today, I'm going to reveal the 6 subtle signs that the man you're dealing with has been with a lot of women. Not to shame him, not to judge him, but so you can understand his patterns, protect your heart, and know whether his experience is a blessing or a red flag wrapped in charm. One of the biggest giveaways that a man has been with a lot of women is how effortlessly he reads your body language, almost like he's been trained without ever stepping into a psychology class. While most men are guessing their way through conversations, unsure whether you're actually interested or just being polite, this man, he picks up on signals you didn't even realize you were giving off, and he does it with this calm confidence that makes you feel both seen and slightly exposed, like he's peeling back your layers without you saying a word. It's the way he notices the micro expressions on your face, the tiny softening of your eyes when you're enjoying the conversation, the slight shift in your posture when you're nervous, or the way your voice drops just a little when you're comfortable. He tunes into these things instantly, smoothly, and naturally because he's watched a lot of women display these cues before you. You'll see it in the way he leans in at exactly the right moment, not too close to overwhelm you, but close enough to make your breath quicken. He's attuned to your energy, responding to it like someone who has learned through repetition what makes women open up and what makes them shut down. The way he angles his body towards you or backs up half a step when he senses you need space isn't random. It's practiced emotional intelligence, experience, repetition. He knows that confidence doesn't come from pushing. It comes from understanding timing. And timing for a man with history is second nature. But here's the important part. It's not just that he observes you. He adjusts to you. If he sees that you're shy, he softens his tone. If he senses you love banter, he turns playful. If he feels you're testing him, he slows the rhythm of the conversation to meet your pace instead of getting flustered. This adaptability is the clearest sign that he's navigated the emotional landscapes of many different women before. He knows the difference between interest, confusion, discomfort, excitement, curiosity, and hesitation because he's seen those expressions in many forms, from many faces, many times. And maybe the most seductive part, he anticipates your responses before you even give them. When you're telling a story and you pause, he knows whether it's because you're searching for words or because you want reassurance. When you laugh, he knows if it's genuine or polite. When you touch your hair, he knows if it's flirting or nerves. These aren't random guesses, they're learned patterns. Now this level of understanding can feel intoxicating. A man who reads you can make you feel deeply understood. You feel connected, safe, and desired without him ever crossing a line. But, and this is where you need to stay alert, his ability to read you also means he can influence your emotions smoothly, subtly, intentionally. Not manipulatively, but skillfully. A man with this kind of romantic experience can walk you right into comfort, chemistry, and connection before you realize you've stepped into it. The question isn't whether he reads you, it's whether he uses that ability to build something real or just something familiar. One of the strongest signs a man has been with a lot of women is the way he carries himself with this effortless, lived-in confidence that feels calm rather than flashy. It's not the loud, look-at-me energy of a guy who's trying to impress you. It's the opposite. He walks into a room like someone who's already comfortable in his own skin. He doesn't need to brag posture, dominate the conversation, or prove how desirable he is, because he's had enough romantic experiences that he no longer chases validation, and that is exactly why women often find him irresistible. Confidence, when it's real, doesn't feel like pressure, it feels like presence, and this man has presence. He looks at you without flinching, he listens without trying to fill every silence. He speaks with this quiet certainty that tells you he's been here before, not with you, but in connection, attraction, the dance between masculine initiation and feminine response. He's learned through many encounters what works, what doesn't, and what makes a woman feel at ease. And because of that, he doesn't panic when things take an unexpected turn. He doesn't crumble when you set a boundary. He doesn't rush when you need space. His calmness is earned, practiced, refined. You can sense this when he first compliments you. An inexperienced man often pours out praise too quickly, too intensely, trying to get a reaction. But a man with a lot of experience, he chooses his words with intention. He gives compliments that feel grounded, specific, and sincere, never desperate. He doesn't look at you like he's trying to get approval from a goddess. He looks at you like he's appreciating something rare, something he recognizes but still respects. It's not flattery for attention, it's observation for connection. And when he talks about himself, notice how he frames it. He doesn't need to name drop past partners or exaggerate his romantic history. He doesn't need to boast about how many women wanted him. His confidence is subtle, so subtle it almost slips under your radar. But that subtlety is exactly what makes him feel safe, sexy, and trustworthy. It's seductive in a way that doesn't try to conquer you, it invites you. Another giveaway, he doesn't compete for control. He doesn't need to dominate the conversation or steer it back to himself. He lets the moment breathe, because men who've had a lot of romantic experience understand something inexperienced men don't. Confidence is not about grand gestures, loud statements, or proving strength. Confidence is the ability to stay relaxed in uncertainty, to handle rejection without resentment, to flirt without expectation, to desire without possession. And here's the twist. This type of confidence can feel incredibly attractive while also being incredibly dangerous, because a man who never seems nervous, never hesitates, never stumbles emotionally, can be a man who has learned how to keep his heart carefully guarded even while giving you attention that feels intimate. The most important question isn't whether he's confident, it's whether his confidence comes with emotional availability or a perfectly polished emotional distance. One of the clearest signs a man has been with a lot of women is the way he makes you feel desired, not in a cheap, obvious way, but in a way that feels intentional, controlled, and incredibly intoxicating. It's the kind of desire that doesn't rush toward you, it pulls you in. And the fascinating part is how safe it feels. Men who lack experience often go too fast, too strong, or too clumsy. They push for validation, they over-compliment, they cross boundaries without realizing it, or they make the interaction feel transactional and pressured. But a man who has been with many women, he's refined the art of creating chemistry without losing respect. He understands that desire is most powerful when it's offered gently, not forced. You can feel it in the way he looks at you, not staring, not ogling, but noticing, like he's admiring you, appreciating you, studying the details others overlook. His gaze lingers just long enough to make your stomach flutter, but not long enough to make you uncomfortable. That balance isn't accidental, it's learned. Experienced men understand that the most attractive thing in the world is making a woman feel chosen without making her feel hunted. And listen closely, it's not just the way he compliments you, it's how he chooses his moments. He doesn't flood you with praise every 5 seconds. He waits, he watches, he lets the tension build naturally. When he finally does say something, it hits deeper because it feels sincere, not strategic. Something like, you know you have this way of lighting up when you talk about things you love. Not generic, not rehearsed, personal. He knows that real desire is specific because real desire sees you. But the most charming and slightly disarming thing about an experienced man is how he uses subtlety to his advantage. He doesn't need to be explicit. He doesn't need to push boundaries. He knows that a gentle touch on your back as he guides you through a doorway, or the way his hand lightly grazes yours when he's making a point, can create more electricity than any overly forward gesture. And he knows when not to touch you at all. He knows the power of anticipation. When a man has past experience, he understands that leaving space can be more seductive than filling it. What's even more telling is how effortlessly he respects your pace. If you pull back, he doesn't chase frantically. He simply softens, gives you space, and lets you come forward when you're ready. That's not indifference, that's skill. That's a man who has learned that pressure kills attraction, but patience builds it. He knows that a woman who feels emotionally safe becomes 10 times more open, more playful, more affectionate. So he creates that safety without making it seem like a strategy. But here's the part you need to remember: a man who knows how to make you feel desired without crossing lines also knows how to make many women feel that way. You're not special because he's smooth. You're special if he chooses to be consistent, respectful, and emotionally present even when the initial spark settles. So the real question becomes, is he making you feel desired because he genuinely sees you, or because he knows exactly how to make any woman feel that way? Another unmistakable sign a man has been with a lot of women is his intuitive sense of timing. The way he knows when to lean into the connection and when to pull back just enough for you to feel that magnetic tug toward him. This isn't random coincidence. This is learned behavior, because inexperienced men either smother you with attention or vanish entirely the moment things feel serious. But a man with a rich romantic past has discovered the subtle rhythm of attraction, a push and pull that feels natural, balanced, and strangely thrilling. You feel this in the way he communicates. When he texts, he's warm, intentional, engaged, but not overwhelming. He doesn't send 20 messages in a row. He doesn't demand constant reassurance. But he also doesn't disappear for days and then come back acting like nothing happened. He finds that sweet spot, enough presence to keep you interested, enough space to avoid suffocation. And that level of control over his own impulses doesn't come from luck, it comes from experience. Experienced men have learned that attraction grows in the space between interactions, not in constant chasing. So when he pulls back a little, it's not rejection, it's composure. It's the confidence to let you breathe, let you think, let you miss him. And that's what makes you lean toward him instead of away. His absence doesn't feel like abandonment. It feels like desire stretching between you. And here's where it gets really interesting. He knows the exact moment to return. Just when you start wondering what he's doing, just when your mind begins to drift back to him, there he is with a message that feels thoughtful, casual, and perfectly timed. Something like, "Hey, hope you're having a good day," or "I just remembered something you said earlier." It's not clingy, and yet it reignites the connection instantly. He doesn't come back with panic, he comes back with confidence, and that confidence makes you feel chosen, not chased. But make no mistake, this isn't manipulation when done with genuine intention. It's awareness. It's someone who has learned that emotional intensity needs moments of quiet to breathe. Someone who has discovered that attraction deepens when you leave room for curiosity, not when you drown it. You'll also notice it when you spend time together. He knows when to sit close and when to lean back, when to flirt playfully and when to soften into deeper conversation, when to initiate and when to let you take the lead. This attunement is a skill built through countless past interactions with women who all responded slightly differently. Over time, he learned patterns, what creates chemistry, what kills it, what makes a woman feel chased, what makes her feel cherished. But here's the part you need to watch for. A man who masters the art of pulling back can sometimes become too good at staying in control. He can leave you wanting more without ever fully stepping into vulnerability himself. He knows how to ignite your emotions while keeping his arm's length. So the real question you must ask yourself is not, why does he pull back? It's, does he pull back to create balance or to avoid depth? Because an experienced man knows exactly how to make you reach for him, but the right man reaches back with the same intention. One of the strongest indicators that a man has been with a lot of women is the way he adapts almost seamlessly to your unique personality, preferences, pace, and emotional rhythm. He doesn't approach you with a one-size-fits-all style of communication. He doesn't treat every woman the same. Instead, he shifts, adjusts, and fine-tunes the way he interacts with you. And the scary part is how effortlessly he does it. It feels natural, almost intuitive, like he just gets you. But understanding a woman this quickly doesn't come from instinct alone. It comes from experience. You notice it right away in the way he listens. Some men hear your words. Experienced men hear the meaning behind the words. When you share something vulnerable, he knows whether to go deep or keep things light. If you're a playful flirt, he responds with humor and charm. If you're more guarded, he softens his tone, slows his pace, and creates space for you to open up. This adaptability is not something he learned overnight. It's something shaped by many interactions, conversations, and connections with women who taught him, willingly or unwillingly, what different types of feminine energy need. But more than that, he pays attention in a way that feels personal. You mention in passing that you love a certain type of coffee. He remembers. You say you get overwhelmed by constant messaging. He adjusts. You tell him you like being pursued but not smothered. He finds the balance without you having to repeat yourself. These aren't random coincidences. They're signs of a man who has learned how to tailor his behavior to make each woman feel comfortable and specifically chosen. And here's where the seduction really begins. He mirrors your emotional tempo. If you're slow and thoughtful, he meets you there. If you're spontaneous and bold, he rises to match you. If you're cautious, he becomes patient. If you're open, he becomes warm. This emotional flexibility creates a powerful illusion of compatibility because it feels like he's aligned with you, connected to you, designed for you. But what you're really seeing is the skill of someone who has learned how to blend into the emotional language of many women before you. That doesn't mean his intentions are insincere. In fact, experienced men often connect deeply because they've learned what not to do. They've learned how to make a woman feel heard, not judged. The danger lies in assuming that this perfect fit is unique to you, because while his connection with you feels custom-made, it might be a pattern he has perfected over time. The real giveaway is how quickly he adapts. If he picks up on your desires, preferences, and comfort zones at lightning speed, if he adjusts his approach before you've even finished expressing a need, it's because he has seen these patterns before. He's learned the emotional cues, the subtle shifts, the psychological signs that reveal how to make a woman feel safe, wanted, and understood. And that leads us to the most important question. Is he customizing his connection because he genuinely wants to build something real with you? Or because he's mastered the art of making every woman feel uniquely chosen? Experience can make a man incredibly attuned, but only intention makes him trustworthy. So now that you know the signs, let me leave you with this. A man's experience doesn't define his worth, but your awareness defines yours. The right man won't just know how to attract women, he'll know how to value one. He'll choose consistency over convenience, depth over drama, and you over his past patterns. If while watching this video you thought, whoa, this sounds exactly like the guy I'm dealing with, then this is your moment to step into clarity. You deserve a connection where you don't have to guess, overthink, or compete with his history. You deserve a man who's not only experienced, but emotionally available, honest, and ready to show up for you. Now, if you want more videos that break down male behavior in a way that protects your heart and strengthens your standards, make sure you hit the like button so I know this helped you. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because I release new content every week to help you navigate love with confidence, power, and feminine magnetism. Drop a comment below and tell me which sign hit you the hardest. I raid every single one. And if you want something deeper, something personalized, check the links in the description. I've included resources that will elevate the way you attract, connect, and choose the right man for you. Remember, a great man won't make you question his intentions. He'll make you excited for the future. I'll see you in the next video.